Get you through my morning every day. Every morning.
Ladies and gentlemen, Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova.
In a couple of days' time, it is Halloween. Oh, it's such a fun time, particularly for the kids.
Ooh.
Unless perhaps you're the kids of Jody Oddie, and then
do that.
perhaps it turns
Don't do
into a bit of a chore.
Do not do that.
Go on, tell us the schedule for the Oddie kids
Stop
on
it.
Thursday night.
Okay, my husband and I, mother and father of the year when it comes to Halloween. Can I context this, please?
Okay.
Our neighbourhood goes...
And who voted? I bet you the girls. Your girls didn't vote for Mother and Father of the Year when it comes to Halloween.
Well, they should, because we have gone to extreme levels. This whole week has been spent preparing our house for Halloween because I blame our neighbours, Sylvia and Frank, who took this thing to the next level.
She dare speak ill of Frank the Tank.
I definitely would not, ever. But they started Halloween in our neighbourhood and they took it next level. We're talking props from overseas. We're talking this thing was just an experience. And so then the Oddies got competitive. And needless to say, we lose every year to Frank and Sylvia. But Halloween...
Is it about the kids, though?
Yes.
Is it about the kids?
Yes, it is.
Or is it about mum and dad competing with the neighbours?
No, it's not. We have, to give you some sort of idea of how it rolls, we have about 10,000 families, kids, that roll through our neighbourhood. So we've taken to capping the lollies because we had to, because there were kids that were coming in taking big handfuls of lollies, and this was costing us hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars in candy and
Can't
chocolate.
blame them as well. If I'm nearly 40 years old, I'd do the exact same thing.
Yeah, you would. You'd
don't
be the
grow out of
worst.
that. Just take one. Okay, I'll take 6.
Yeah. And you're the parent, so when the kids do that and we look at the parents go, hey, you want to control your kids? No, you're the dad doing that.
100%.
Grow
It's a
up.
different generation coming through as well. My daughter Lottie, for example, when I say, here's 2 marshmallows in your hot chocolate, she'll say, why not 3?
Yeah.
Straight away.
Okay, well, the apple dropping from the tree there. So what we've had to do is set up a trestle table out the front of our
Oh, my gosh.
Halloween decorations. And so the kids now come in, they get one Chupa Chup each, and it's capped because we have to. And we have a roster system whereby our children
very gosh.
need to man the trestle table.
That is not a thing. I'm telling you right now, that is not a thing. You can't put your kids on a work schedule
Yes, you can.
during Halloween because mum and dad are trying to impress the neighbours.
No. No, but the issue is if you don't roster the children and give them a 25-minute block with a 5-minute break in between, then they'll just roam the neighbourhood with all their friends and not do anything. And then
right.
mum and dad are left holding the can
Oh, poor
of
things.
Chupa Chups.
Poor things, being kids during Halloween and trick-or-treating. Instead, been put to work. Producer Flack, are you getting vibes of somewhat of a, I don't know, like a workplace environment? I hope the kids are getting paid.
There's a couple of things here. A, we need to set up a union because I don't think they're being represented enough.
A Halloween union for children. Is that what you want?
You've got your kids on a roster where they need to sit at a trestle table greeting people when it's Halloween.
Yes.
Did you say they get 5-minute breaks?
Yes, in between.
Yeah, that
shifts.
needs to be 10-minute mandatory, doesn't it, Hazy?
The times have changed.
Yeah. Also, is this a tax write-off for work from home as well?
Can they work from home?
I don't know what your point is. Why don't you come around to my house at Halloween and see how hectic it is, and then you can sit at the trestle table and do a 25-minute shift?
See, I feel like it would be very confronting if I turned up to your house and I'm greeted by Summer and I'm like, where's Peyton? Oh, Peyton's just over there. She's just having a cigarette break. She's just having a cigarette and she's also drinking a Red Bull. So that's sort of hard to get my head around. Also, Jodes, I've got some advice from you.
Here we
so
go.
when the kids are right on the brink of being completely exhausted and they want to quit, Mum, the manager, comes over and goes, guys, guess what? I've ordered pizzas. Guess what, guys? Yeah. We're having pizzas. Now go and be good employees. Nothing tickles my soul more than a poor rendition of a national anthem. Seems to mainly happen in America as well.
Yeah. So, and the more I've worked with you, the more I've realised that there are just a couple of things that float your boat. Jason Horne-Francis.
Yes.
And butchered national anthems.
Can you imagine if Jason Horne-Francis butchered a national anthem?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my gosh. That would be the ultimate.
That would be serendipitous, wouldn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Of course, we got Fergie a few years back at the NBA All-Star Game, and that was just such a treat.
Flag was still there.
Good strong finish though. Okay, no, let's remember that awful anthem.
The worst thing about that is that all the players on the bench just lost their minds, and then they did like a little remix, and then it took Josh Jamal, who was their ex-husband, to come out and go, okay, boys, you've had your fun, simmer down now.
Yeah, I know. You can picture the Golden State Warriors as well, just rocking out in the locker room to this. This is where Kevin Durant was just starting to move a little bit.
Yeah.
A few of the players started walking back. They picked up a beat. Oh! They made it cool.
And can I just say, no one moves like a locker room full of basketballers,
Oh, my God.
do they?
Post-win as well, the boys are feeling the vibes.
Yep.
Of course, 1993, we had Carl Lewis and this absolutely beautiful piece of atrocity.
And the Rockets,
There's that moment when you're singing, and it doesn't matter what level you are, you know you just can't quite hit the note. Hurts your soul, doesn't
Well, you're
it?
a singer. Can you get up there and the rocket bells sing regular?
And then that's what happens.
Oh, dear.
Loomis is a singer
Yes.
that no one has heard of, and she was singing at the Free and Equal Elections Foundation debate. And she was going live, and she didn't know that she was live.
Can I go back? Can I go back, please?
No, Lewis.
I got too nervous.
Oh, my gosh.
God.
I only laugh with her because in my brief stint singing,
Yes.
I feel your pain, Lewis.
Oh, no.
Not quite on that stage in
No.
terms of a national audience, but still.
But having, like, you and I have worked in the media for a very long time, you know when you're live and when you're not. Oh, actually, sometimes on the radio you don't.
Yeah.
There's some well-documented errors from me that prove that I didn't know I was live.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, now I feel bad for Loomis.
No, well, all good. She apologised.
And I want to let you guys know to always turn lemons into lemonade and turn negative into positive. And don't never f*** up. I mean, don't ever f*** down, f*** up.
Oh, my gosh. We live? Can we redo the apology as well?
Wow.
Loomis had a good 24 hours.
Oh, she did say, she came out and she said, oh, my dad was a veteran, so that's why I was so nervous, because I really wanted to honour him.
Okay.
I don't know that she did that.
Yeah. Well, now I feel bad as well.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Your father, he's on the naughty list.
Jody and Hazy's Naughty at 6:40.
It is before 7 o'clock, so this is the moment where we get all the blue stuff, the risque stuff out of our systems before we straighten up.
Yeah, it's almost like before your kid goes to bed and you've got to shake all the energy out and then away you go. You're sensible after that.
Here's that sugary treat before the kids go off to bed. You know what I mean? Here's one for you, Jodes. Adventurous campers have been caught red-handed in a moment of lust at an iconic Aussie beach. The pair could be seen getting physical inside an unassuming tent by other beachgoers on an unidentified beach in Byron Bay.
Ooh.
Let's talk sex in a tent.
Ooh.
Risky.
Two things
Risky.
here. Sex in a tent, but also sex on the beach.
Oh,
What's that?
that's what I wanted to get to.
Yeah.
I do remember a friend of mine, early days, giving us all the warnings about having special cuddle time on the beach.
Yes.
Because what happens with that is sand, mate. Sand will get you. And he said, in different words, don't ever do it on the beach because the sand creates unwanted friction. And the sand getting into places that it shouldn't is inevitable.
I get it. Males and females are on the same page with this particular issue.
100%.
Let's just say it. Sand in your bits.
Sand in your bits. Never goes down well, does it? Never.
No.
That's fine. That's fine. But also in a tent, I don't know. I always envision that if I was doing it in a tent, that Mum would knock on the tent.
Okay.
Like, what's going on in there?
Firstly, you don't knock on a tent. Secondly, you just pull the flap back. That's it.
Okay.
Which is what got you in trouble in the first place.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, my.
Put this to you, Jody. There's no way in the world that you make the bed when you get up in the morning because it's too early. People are still in it.
Why would I do that? I've still got a husband, a kid, And sometimes a dog.
No, I know.
So I can't make the bed with all those people in it.
Well, which one is it? Which one's the dog? Is it Greg or Sid? Classic. So Greg makes the bed every single morning.
Yes, he does.
I'm guessing he makes it like you traditionally make a bed. That is, you put the doona up and you're across the bed and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it turns out he shouldn't be doing that.
What do you mean?
It turns out he's quite disgusting for doing that.
Oh, really?
Makes sense, doesn't it?
He's not efficient?
Doctors say you shouldn't, I said shouldn't, make your bed as soon as you get up. This is from Dr. Myro Figura, I think his name is. He claims mattresses, duvets. It's a duvet, by the way.
Well, it's the English word for doona.
Okay. Doona. We say doona.
We just call it a doona.
Pillows become reservoirs for human skin cells, encouraging dust mites, the microscopic bugs, which are usually harmless, but they can trigger allergies. They live in bedding, and well-made bed will lock in moisture, causing them to thrive. And I can say as well, I'm actually allergic to dust mites.
Are you?
So when I come into contact with a dust mite, oh boy, that's like hay fever for me.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you know it's dust mites?
Because it's always dusty situations. I think I got tested when I was a kid.
Yeah, right.
So if there's too much dust or dust mites where they can thrive, then me and a dust mite, bang, we're going to have a biff.
What about this? There are over 10 million dust mites on the average mattress. 10 million dust mites. If you have a 2-year-old pillow, 10% of its weight are dust mites and their poop.
Oh my gosh. They have no respect for them. Who poos in the bed? That's our number one rule in the Hayes household.
Is it?
No pooing in the bed.
Oh my God. And when you sleep, they are feeding on your sweat and your moisture. Ew, brother,
gosh.
ew. If there was
Again.
ever a need for that.
Once again.
Brother, what's that?
Stop feeding on moisture. See, even I knew that though.
Yeah.
That you're supposed to, and this is like junior days, fold your duvet or whatever it's called right at the bottom of your bed, and you got to let your bed breathe.
Okay.
Because and sometimes you'll hear this as well, when you get up in the morning and as soon as you make your bed, just as you're leaving, you hear that's all the dust mites. Locked in there, they're like, nice. Now we get to sleep in.
Because according to this, if you pull your duvet back, then they shrivel up and die.
They're like,
Put the blanket back on.
And then you make it and they're like, that's better. And they're like, I just did a poo. So there you go, helpful hints
Yeah, good, thanks.
on how to live your life.
Sorry, unrelated. I'm just Googling new pillows on any sort of website.
Yeah, that's gross as well. As a young single man in his 20s.
Oh, that's disgusting.
I had one of those pillows where you take the pillowcase off and it was like, it's like brown, orange, yellow,
Yuck.
just this absolute beautiful canvas of
I
colours.
know, but if your pillow could talk too, it would be like, oh, this is a new one.
Yeah.
We woke up with Sam for 12 years as she co-hosted Sunrise with Koshi.
Welcome back to a very special edition of Sunrise.
She's not new to TV shows about finding love, hosting Farmer Wants a Wife.
These blokes are gorgeous. You are going to fall in love with them. I know, I already have.
And now, bringing one of the biggest TV shows in the States to Aussie TV.
The Golden Bachelor is for people in their 50s and 60s who have had love and now want to find a new love.
The new host of Finding Love for over 50s with The Golden Bachelor. Please welcome Samantha Armitage.
Thank you, guys. Oh, thank you.
Sam, we're so excited about this because this show, The Golden Bachelor, looks incredible. Tell us all about it.
Oh, isn't it fun? I just love this whole concept. This is obviously building off that heritage brand that we all know and love, Bachelor, but this is moving it forward to what we're calling the golden ages. So to the people in their 50s and 60s who have loved before and are now looking for love again. So we've got people here who've got plenty of miles on their tyres, so they know what life's all about. They've got lots of life experience. I say that with all due respect, as have I.
You've had experience in reality dating shows before. Hazy and I have had plenty of experience with people who've been on reality shows, and you have to say sometimes their intentions aren't as pure as they possibly could be.
Yes, I think that's definitely true. There's always a little sprinkling of people who are applying for the wrong reasons, and that's just life, that goes with the territory, and that's fine. But I'm hoping with this show we don't get that, and I think generally in these shows, and as you say, I have some experience with playing a television cupid here,
Yes.
as a matchmaker, and I have had success in the past.
Yep.
Not bragging, but the cream usually rises to the top. I really do find that it's like life. People have a really good way of sorting themselves out.
I'm trying to think of a way to ask this delicately. So,
oh dear,
in this Bachelor format before, there's a lot of interest, I guess, in the younger couples getting together and the intimacy and the scenes. Whether it be in chocolate baths or in spa baths or whatever sort of bath you want to have.
Any chocky baths?
Well, we haven't started filming yet, so
No.
I can't talk to you about chocolate baths. But that sounds disgusting.
But I guess my point is, is it going to be a little bit different with this format with older people? Because it's sort of like watching mum and dad kiss, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But life doesn't stop at 50,
No.
And so I think there is a huge, huge audience out there that are over 50, for goodness sake, and still living their lives, don't you guys still feel inside your own head that you are actually 18?
Yes.
Sometimes I look in the mirror, I'm like, where did that wrinkle come from?
I know.
I'm only 18. How did this happen?
Same.
So, and that doesn't change when you're 50 or 60. We're all like that. So I think it's going to be brilliant.
Sam, I'm just intrigued about a situation. So I'm 40 now and I'm married and been in a relationship for a long time. But I feel like everyone that's going to be on the show at one stage probably thought that they wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah.
And even when I think now, if I thought to myself, if I had to start again, I just feel so lost and underprepared. So I'm interested in probably the mind process and everything that comes with going through that journey
Not
again.
to mention, Sam,
age.
there'd be 3 kids going, what's Dad doing?
Yeah,
Exactly.
Where's
But
Dad gone?
Well, but Hazy, I think that's a really, really good point and a very deep point as well. There is real feelings here. There is real life stories, and we're all a bit like that. Like, you don't know how life's going to turn out, and no one gets married thinking they're going to get divorced, do they?
No, we
Crazy.
don't. You certainly don't go into marriage with that intention, do you?
Yeah. So this show is for people who are on the second time around or the third or whatever, no judgments. And all of them will have that same linked feeling of, I didn't know I'd be in this situation.
Sam, very quickly before we let you go, because we know you're a busy girl, but you've had, 3 years off breakfast television now?
Yeah.
You look great in your promo photos. You must feel like a new person not getting up. What time did you get up, 3 or 4?
Well, yes, thank you, Jodie. I used to get up at 3 and I feel really replenished, and I thank you for saying that, because I've had a good time out. And now I'm kind of ready to go again. I feel really energised. And, in the spirit of this show, I'm only 48, still got plenty of gas in the tank.
Yeah, babe.
Still, ready to rock and roll. So here we go.
Yeah. If you're a bloke, you'd still have 30 years left in television. Don't worry about that. Sam, it has been a pleasure to talk to you, and we can't wait to see The Golden Bachelor in 2025 and you hosting it. Thank you so much for your time this morning.
Thanks, Jodie. Thanks, Hazy.
Toddlers in particular can say outrageous things. And sometimes when a toddler speaks, you're like, where the hell did you get that information from? How did your brain manifest that?
It's unbelievable stuff, isn't it? I told you just recently, my 5-year-old was in the shower and her dad walked in to get her out of the said shower, and she turned to him and said, "You need to respect my privacy. You can't just go around looking at girls' vaginas."
That's true. Look, it's true information. It's very accusational.
Yeah.
And you're like, what do you mean? How has your brain developed that sentence?
Yeah.
It's quite amazing.
Also what Mum says to Dad quite regularly.
Look at that stuff. Oh, my gosh. It was our daughter's 4th birthday on the weekend, a little party, and we were just, at one stage we were just exchanging what our toddlers have shared with us.
Great.
And a mate was saying how one of his mates, they were going through toilet training with their 2-year-old boy. And at halfway through the exercise of, aiming, shooting, all those types of things,
yes,
that the toddler looked up and said, "Dad, how come I don't have a willy beard?" There's no way that he could have gathered that information. He's seen that he's got a beard on his face.
Yes.
He's seen what's going down there.
Yeah.
He's seen that he's got some sort of a beard down there, and he's just mixed two and two beautifully.
Oh, my God.
It's really perfect.
That
isn't
is
it?
so, wholesome.
Really cute.
It's really wholesome.
Really cute.
But then also, like, how do you answer it?
Yeah.
Not really sure.
Yeah. Give it time, son.
Yeah.
Give it time.
So I'm nervous now to do that sort of business, particularly in front of my 4-year-old, because she will most probably say, Daddy, how come your willy beard hair is so much thicker than the hair on top of your head?
Oh.
That's confronting, Lottie.
What about this yesterday? Drama down at Brighton. So locals have been stunned after spotting a man wandering around their family-friendly neighbourhood near a park, if you don't mind. Yeah. And he pulled out a large rifle that was about a metre long before firing at pigeons.
What? It could be very confronting for toddlers. Oh. Hey, Mum, there's a pigeon. Oh, what just happened? Oh, no. It's... I'm sorry. Well, that's what unfortunately we may be faced with off the other somewhat safe streets of Brighton.
Listen, we've spoken about sound effects before, but we need to flag them with us before.
Okay.
You just push ahead, okay?
Wait, don't step there. It's a pigeon trap. It's culling season, baby.
Okay. So that happened around 6:30 near Wattle Reserve, and it was all over the news last night, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. And particular neighbours very, very confused.
It was very confronting because they don't know what kind of, weapon it is. Is it an air rifle? We think it's an air rifle. Is it something more sinister?
This contractor being urged to think twice before again unnecessarily ruffling feathers.
Oh, nice play on words there, Hannah Ford from 7 News.
That is Hannah Ford going...
Banger. Just dropping an epic pun and walking away.
Oh my
You can just see that little blonde bombshell just strutting away in her suit.
That is an absolute
If she's not doing killer stories about pigeons, she's chasing crims down the street. That girl, she can do anything.
Just a heads up as well. If you're someone who is about to get stopped by Hannah Ford, don't run. You're going to exhaust yourself. You're not going to outrun her.
And I can tell you,
she's an athlete.
The girl has run half marathons.
Yeah,
she will chase you and she will not stop until she's got a microphone under your nose.
You're going to have to run about 60 Ks before she gives up. She's got such stamina in that space.
She does.
Oh, there you go. It's all happening for the pigeon community.
Quite seriously, though, if you're going to pull out a big rifle like that at 6:30 at night near a children's playground, maybe just erect a sign saying pigeon culling in process.
There needs to be something, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because if I saw that, you'd call the police. I'm like, hey, there's
Someone
a bloke
did.
with a rifle.
Someone did.
That's what most people would do.
Oh, man. Someone
gosh.
called the police and then 7 News.
Yeah. Oh, Jodes, I've also got some confronting news for you.
No fear for me, no fear for you.
You might want to sit down for this one. A B-double trailer carting beer to the state's Riverland region has been destroyed along with its golden cargo. SA Country Fire Service crews, producer Flack as well, is a very, very solid contributor to the CFS. They were called to a truck fire about 5:30 on Tuesday along the state outer way. 16 firefighters on 5 trucks arrived on scene to find quick-thinking B-double truck driver had detached the impacted trailer. All of the contents was $500,000 worth of beer and the truck destroyed.
Ooh.
You ever see those videos where a truck is rolled over and it's full of beer?
Yep.
And you wonder what you do. Would you pull over and sort of load your car up? And you see some of those videos in America where produce trucks have fallen over and people just stopped and loading themselves up.
Yeah, yeah.
I think I would. You never know until you get yourself in a situation, but...
would you check on the welfare of the driver before?
First and foremost.
Okay, good.
Yes.
That's excellent.
And then on the way back to the car,
Yeah.
I don't know.
You're like, that's a carton of Coopers.
Yeah.
Don't let that go to waste.
Putting straight in my basket. That's coming straight home with me.
It's coming straight in my basket.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
What's the fork? A chance just to really knuckle down and say, what's the absolute fork with some of the things stemmed from a lack of forks in this particular workplace. And we're all sure that's almost like a common practice across all workplaces on the planet.
Like every business ever. Where do all the forks go?
Yeah.
So that is how this segment was born. But it applies to everything in everyday life where you go, what the fork? the fork's that about?
Yeah.
And I did that yesterday. I did that with you when we had a call from Jacqueline and she was talking about baby brain and you said something afterwards and I went, what the fork?
Yeah. It was very confusing for me. Here's Jacqueline.
I was a new mum and I needed shopping. So I thought, okay, it's a mile to our nearest shop.
Yes.
I'll take the dog for a walk as well, tie the dog to the pram, walk with my baby down to the shops. I did all the shopping, got home, was unpacking the shopping bags, picking up baby food and thought, oh, baby. I'd left him tied up outside the shop with the dog. Baby brain. He was only a few weeks old.
This isn't fair. I feel like I get baby brain all the time.
I know. I feel like that too with you.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
Are you pregnant? What's going on?
Oh, God. Don't even.
Oh, that's it. Oh, I'm just insinuating that you forget a lot of things. I'm not talking about physically.
Yeah,
But
right.
Fantastic.
Okay. Baby brain is absolutely a thing because you said afterwards, oh,
I don't think I sound like that.
you
firstly.
do. 100% you do.
Don't agree with her, producer.
Baby brain.
I do sound like that.
Baby brain is absolutely a thing, and I've told this story and the absolute horror that I did this, but this is what sleep deprivation can do to your mind. So Greg and I were at home and we had the new little Harper, and she was it Harper or was it Peyton?
Oh, here we go.
Was it Summer? Anyway, it was,
Baby brain.
it was it was one of the children. Anyway, we packed up the rest of the children and we walked down the street to the park at the school, which is only about 500 metres away. And I stopped and I looked at Greg and he looked at me and I went, Harper. And we both realised in that moment we'd left the house and left her on the baby mat on the floor in front of the TV. You've never seen a postpartum middle-aged white woman sprint back to her home quicker than I did. And
Good on Harper, just having a bit of personal time.
Yeah, she was absolutely fine. She was a baby. She couldn't move. She couldn't go anywhere. She couldn't do anything.
Yeah, so you had baby brain.
I had...
What's your excuse there, Greg?
That's a good point. He lives with me. He lives with 4 girls, the poor man. So 13-24-2, let's do this morning. Have you had baby brain and what did you do?
I will say, I don't think you're going to connect anywhere if you go 13-24-2. Where do you reckon? Is that Domino's or something? What's 13-24-2? We should definitely try that too, by the way.
Okay.
So let's readjust. 13-24-10, 132410 if you want.
Okay. This is baby brain 5 years down the track. Oops. 13-24-10. Please give us a call if you've got baby brain, or if, like me, you've still got baby brain.
This is Adelaide's Jody and Hazy on Nova 919.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
Jacqueline gave us a call yesterday and said she had baby brain, and then Hazy was like, what's baby brain? What? You've got 3 children under 6. How do you not know what baby brain is?
Well, first of all, it's like I'm hearing a recording of myself. That's unbelievable. Your impersonations. Eat your heart out, Michael Winslow.
Okay, well, when you talk, that's what I hear. There's something in the air that sort of transforms it into that language in here.
Okay, fine.
Got it?
Should get that checked out. Okay. That's concerning.
What the fork? Have you had baby brain? Let's go to Nikki in Mount Barker. Hey, Nikki.
Hi, how you going?
Good. What happened?
Well, I used to leave everything on the roof of my car when I was putting the kids in. So
tell me not the baby.
No, not the baby, but I put my phone on the roof.
Yeah.
And then frantically was looking for it everywhere, couldn't find it. So I thought I'd call my husband because it usually connects to my car if it's in there.
Yeah.
And it did connect. So I was like, great, it's in the car somewhere. So I drove off. And yes, it was on the roof of my car, so I lost it. And then I did the same thing with my car keys. I couldn't find my car keys. And so I grabbed the spare key. And yeah, my car keys were on the roof, so I lost them as well.
Oh
my gosh.
Goodness me, Nikki.
See, do you know what, Nikki? This is, you can call it baby brain. Oh, I've done this
Careful.
like maybe 4 or 5 times. I reckon I've left my phone on top of my car. And what you can say is if you've got a phone protector, if it's an iPhone, and sometimes they're made of rubber, boy, those things, they've got good grip. Because some of the journeys that my phone has taken on top of my car are quite remarkable.
That's
well, we made it around about 3 roundabouts. before it actually fell
That's
off.
good.
So,
That's good effort.
The phone's on top of your car, just getting some rays. Hey!
It's like riding it, you know, when you lean to the other side just to hold on.
Lean it like a motorbike. Where are we going?
God.
Oh, great call from Nikki.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate your call.
13 24 10. Give us some more examples
Yes,
of
please.
when baby brain has hit. Look, we're going to speak to Carly from Modbury North next, who's just got some issues when it comes to mixing up things to wash yourself with.
Yeah, it can happen.
Very, very dangerous when you're washing yourself with the wrong sort of lotion. If you know what I mean.
Give us a call, 13 24 10. We'd love to hear from you, your baby brain stories.
What the fork?
What the fork?
What the fork is happening?
What the fork is going on with baby brain? That's the question we're asking this morning on 13 24 10. We heard from Jacqueline yesterday. She left her baby at the shops.
Oh, my very goodness.
I was a new mum and I needed shopping. So I thought, okay, it's a mile to our nearest shop.
Yes.
I'll take the dog for a walk as well, tie the dog to the pram, walk with my baby down to the shops. I did all the shopping, got home, was unpacking the shopping bags, picking up baby food and thought, oh, baby. I'd left him tied up outside the shop with the dog. Baby brain. He was only a few weeks old.
Oh, wow. Turns out sleep's pretty important.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah.
And then old mate over here goes, what's baby brain? Is that even a thing? Is that a real thing?
Oh, was it?
Well, we're proving this morning that it genuinely is a real thing. Let's go to Carly from Modbury North. Good morning, Carly.
Hi.
Hello. What did you do when you had baby brain?
I actually washed my hair with body wash, and then I realised halfway through that I had done that. And then after I washed that out, I then used shampoo to wash my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little role reversal
The old
for
switcheroo.
the lotions. But unfortunately, I don't know if the body wash goes so well on the hair.
Yeah, that's true. Carly, don't feel bad. There was one morning when I put dry shampoo under my armpits instead of deodorant. But that had nothing to do with baby brain. That was just...
I think by memory
Jodie
that was
and
just a Tuesday.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for your call. Appreciate it. Kelly from Trop Park. Good morning, Kelly.
Good morning, guys. How you going?
We're good. What happened when you had baby brain?
Well, I've got baby brain at the moment. I'm pregnant with my second. We actually share a storage shed with my mum and dad up in Strathalbyn, and I thought, bit of a spring clean, like group effort. Let's get there on Sunday and clean it out. So mum and dad drove from Victor with the trailer. My husband and I drove from Adelaide, organised a babysitter, got all the way to Strath, an hour away, and realised I forgot the shed key.
Oh, gosh, and there's no alternative.
They're really, I was not very popular with my parents or my husband, but luckily there was an angle grinder available. So we got in, but was not very popular.
I just love that. Where's the key? Don't know. Angle grinder. Go on. Go get it.
Go in. Who's going to use the angle grinder?
Oh, wow. Kelly, you poor thing. Oh, that moment, though, too, Kel, when you get there and you realise you've driven an hour and your parents have driven an hour and you go, oh, my God, the keys.
I could have died. I was like, I'm never going to hear the end of this from my mum.
Yeah.
Oh, well. It's a situation like that, you're like, wow, can I blame someone? You're like, damn it, I have to take complete ownership of this.
No, but then also you just play the pregnant card. You go, well, guys, give me a break. I'm pregnant.
It's baby brain.
Yes.
Welcome to the studio, Mr. Tom Wren.
Great to be here. Thanks for having me in, guys.
So good to have you. The 2024 National Pharmacies Christmas Pageant is back on Saturday. This is your wheelhouse.
This is the time. This is time to get excited. 300,000 people, I think, line the streets. It is Adelaide all over. Best pageant in the world. It's so good.
How many times do you reckon you've done it? Like 30, 40, 50 times?
Easily. 20 at least. As a kid, as a man, I've been the same size the whole time, but I absolutely love it. It's so good.
What role do you play?
So I've sort of played a few different roles over the years. I've been a clown. I've been, I think, a toy soldier.
Yeah.
It just depends every year. Just whatever I'm feeling.
Yeah. What about at the Christmas pageant?
Oh, yeah.
Rennie, so I've taken the liberty of organising a surprise for Hazy this week.
Yes.
And that was I organised a spot for him and his son Henry in the Christmas pageant because he's never been before. However, then after organising said surprise, I ruined that surprise by telling him when I was not supposed to.
Yeah, it was quite a confronting moment, Tommy.
The 2024 National Pharmacies Christmas pageant is back. It is happening this Saturday. I've discovered that you're in it.
Sorry?
Maybe. Perhaps you might be making an appearance. Who knows? Maybe that was supposed to be a surprise.
Hashtag feeling surprised. It's good work from Joyce. Really nice work.
Oh, you're one of those. You've just totally spoiled it.
Oh, my God. What is wrong with me?
What has happened?
I don't know. But what are some tips for him? Because he's never done this before.
Well, okay, so you've got to get into character. Now, the first year I played the midget, so that came naturally. I didn't have to do anything differently. But you've got to get into character. So if you're going to be the clown, you've got to dress up a couple of days before and get into character. So what's your role? What are you going to be doing?
My son and I will be pirates.
Beautiful. So
Yes.
Johnny Depp type Pirates of the Caribbean pirate?
Yeah, I'm going to drink a whole heap of rum. Where's rum gone?
Well, that's good. That's good. You got to wear the patch.
Yes, I think so. Oh, I don't have a patch. I feel like it was sort of... We're quite fleshy pirates. We've got some real tight shirts going on.
Oh.
And I think I'm a pirate. I don't know what's going on, but I'm a pirate, and the shirt that I'm using, I'm showing a bit of midriff.
Well, that's good. No, this is great.
Quite unusual.
Now, just don't do this as well. I remember Brian Gilbertson, who does a brilliant job setting it all up. They said on the broadcast, do not board any of the floats while you're doing it. It's an occupational health hazard. That's what I did. I nearly got booted off the broadcast in the first year, I think, that I did. So do not get on the floats while they're moving.
Okay.
Or you could be in big trouble.
So you can't jump on and off. If I see my family in the crowd, I can't jump off and give my 1-year-old son a
No,
kiss.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely
Or
not.
get swallowed up and engulfed by one of the floats.
But also I love the fact that Hazy agreed to do the pageant as a pirate, but he said, my shirt needs to be really tight and it has to be
Not
midriff.
what happened at all.
And if it does burst open, then it's just,
So be it.
I insisted on being a pirate, showing some midriff. That's how
15 minutes before it starts, you can see Hazy doing 300 push-ups to just make sure that the chest is,
And
which looks incredible, by the way.
And he's overheard talking to Brian Gilbertson saying, look, I'm just going to give the mums what they want on the way around.
But I think they've got 2 new floats this year, so Hazy, you're going to have the best time. You've got a front row seat.
Oh, very good.
And your boy's going to love it as well.
Yes, that's a big thing
It
now
is
as well,
actually
Prime
very
Minister.
cool. It's cool. I've been on the, what's that? Alice in Wonderland float before, which was good fun. But just to go around the streets of Adelaide seeing all the kids' faces is pretty cool, actually.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Oh, good on you, Reddy. Thank you so much for your tips and advice.
No, great work. Can't wait to see you there.
Just before we let you go, while we are getting some advice, can you give us some fashion tips? Because we've spoken about this off air. Let's bring it to light. Never has a man had the ability to wear so many different sports brands in one setting when he goes to the gym.
Incredible, you
I
guys.
reckon one time I saw you wearing a Puma shirt, Saucony shorts, like some Adidas undies. I reckon you were wearing like one Brooks shoe and one Nike shoe and then alternate sports socks. It was unbelievable.
Well, okay, I'm going to talk you through today's ensemble.
Here we go.
You do have the Puma shirt.
Yes.
The shorts are
Feeler.
Feeler. You've got the Nike shoes. You've got Rip Curl socks. And show us your undies.
The
Everlast. The Kmart special.
That's the cherry.
So it's called the licorice all sorts, assortment, but that just whatever goes.
Oh my God.
That's getting dressed as you guys know, getting dressed at 4:30 in the morning. It's just pull on whatever.
Mate, that's no excuse. Put your clothes out the night before, for God's sake, or get your wife to do it.
That's a good point, actually.
Ridiculous.
Cheers, Ronnie. Thanks
Good work.
for stopping
Thanks,
by.
guys.
As we always do on the show, let's talk pigeons and just what the pigeons are up to and just how much danger the pigeons are in this time of the year.
There's a remarkable situation yesterday. It was down at Brighton where a man armed with an air rifle, 6:30 in the afternoon, right next to a playground, just took aim at a few pigeons.
Yeah.
And not surprisingly, members of the public went, oh my God, there's a guy with a gun, and called police.
Yeah. I mean, the pigeons were just trying to enjoy the sun going down, probably having 1 or 2 drinks maybe responsibly, and all of a sudden there's a bloke going at you with a slug gun. You're like, what's happening here?
What a pigeon.
Are we in danger?
What do pigeons drink at sunset?
Oh, I don't know. I feel like pigeons are those birds, those people that go bar to bar and just drink the dregs.
Yeah, right.
Whatever's left over. They drink beer out of an ashtray if they could.
They definitely would.
Yeah.
Just like sculling the last little bit that someone's left behind. Bloody pigeons, eh?
It was covered last night on 7 News via the great Hannah Ford.
It was very confronting because they don't know what kind of, weapon it is. Is it an air rifle? We think it's an air rifle. Is it something more sinister?
This contractor being urged to think twice before again unnecessarily ruffling feathers.
Nice, Anna.
Who doesn't love a good pun in news stories, hey? Am I right?
Great finish. I'm not intelligent enough to do puns. I
Oh,
rarely
man.
do a pun.
I should probably stop. I get a little bit too excited and I think TV's radio, so I start being a little bit too creative.
Really?
Yeah.
So you love a pun, do you?
Oh, yeah, especially stories about cheese.
yeah.
They're the best.
With debris and things like that. Oh! Did I just accidentally do one?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah!
You said you were too stupid to do them and then you dropped one like it was hot. Well
I just
done.
admitted that I accidentally did it. Real intelligent stuff. Hey, quickly, just to round this out, what about Ray Gun?
What's happened?
Ray Gun is challenging those who she thinks can beat her in a dance-off.
Oh.
$10,000 if you think that you could beat Ray Gun in a dance-off.
Isn't she sort of embracing her, I guess, infamy across the globe?
Yeah.
Wow.
She's tapped in. Was it the front of Stella that she was on? One of the big magazines?
It was. She looked absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Stella. This is the thing about Stella magazine. They can make everyone look sensational. Don't you reckon? If you're on the cover of Stella, they will make you look a million times better than you probably do in real life.
Can I just ask a really raw question? Is it edited and stuff? Like, is it...
I don't know if they Photoshop on Stella. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah,
But
that's what I was looking for, photoshopped.
yeah.
Edited. Notice I said, can I ask a stupid question? I did it anyway.
I love you so much. You can do a brilliant pun like debris. And then what's that thing where they change and they alter the look of how you... Do you mean Photoshop?
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? I didn't even mean to do the pun. Seriously, who knew? By Pink.
No!